welcome to Cozy Talk with Fosja. Today, we're interviewing...
DJCRogue. Hello.
Hello! Thank you so much for allowing me to interview you.
Pleasure's mine.
What country are you from and living in right now?
Born and raised in USA.
What star sign are you?
What
Star sign are you?
star sign? That's right. Okay. Scorpio. Yes.
You didn't seem so sure there for a moment.
It's been a long time since I thought about my star sign, except some in-laws like to joke that because I'm a Scorpio, we are very, very much passionate and usually for good, but to be on the lookout. So
So you could be sneaky.
I could be. But I've also been worked really hard to just be straightforward.
It's a good thing to be straightforward at times. But why are you looking so shifty?
Because if you're always straightforward, then people don't suspect something going on. And I'm totally not recording this.
How did you find the name for your Twitch channel?
So first, I had my real name. I always like to joke that I am DJ, publicly, party, online, that kind of stuff, and then I use my real name professionally. But I combined the two, and after about a month of streaming went, that's probably not a good idea to have my full name on there. So I worked really, really hard with my wife, occasionally poking fun at the ideas that I had, and DJCRogue is taken by all of the DJs out there, but I am a huge fan of the roguish type characters in books and games and media. So, along with DJCRogue. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And it's catchy. It's more catchy than the other DJ Rogues. It's DJCRogue.
Yeah, I was a little bit hesitant about it, but I'm actually really happy with it now, and it also really helped with the theming, branding type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want it to be like, as much as I like sneaky stabby, I don't want to be like assassins. Sincere Kill kind of has the the assassins kind of thing down. No. We don't want the blood. We want the rogue that will just smooth talk you kind of thing, because it's all about the charisma rogue over the dexterity and strength rogue.
What made you want to do streams on Twitch, and when did you start?
I've always enjoyed, for a while I just watched YouTubers, just as mainly speedrunning, to see people perfect a game pretty much. And I still watch them from time to time, and it just blows my mind how somebody can take a game and just break it. But I like games, and I like trying to pretend to be productive. So then I went, I'll feel better about the time that I spend gaming if I can do it online and stream. And that tied in with, I am very social, extrovert more than an introvert, and while it is fun, and I've had people come over to play games, for the most part, it's difficult to get people together to play games, to talk and have that social aspect of games as much as I would like. So I went, all right, well, there's people online and great community for games and for Team Bacons and little smaller niche groups here and there. It's all good.
So you would say that you get your inspiration from them?
Yeah, there's people out there that have made their livings just being personalities, and that isn't the goal. I'm actually quite happy with my career and my life, and I like the security that I have. But it's one of those, like, a little bit of living the dream whenever your parents are like, oh, just playing video games. And you're like, I actually made some money playing video games. So How about that?
You mentioned Team Bacons. Could you tell us how you came across them and when or even why you joined them?
Yeah. So that was, the whole community aspect. I had some community through Twitch through the one game that I was playing a lot, Dust Force. But I was trying to find like a small streamers group, somebody that I bounce ideas off of, pick each other's brains, do some smaller stuff together, because you can't do that with the big guys, all that stuff. They have their own process and plans. Have been doing it for a while, and I tried searching on my own, and there was, what was it? I don't even remember the name of it, but I joined like another small group, and I was like, oh hey, and I try to be getting involved and support everybody else, and it was pretty much everyone's out for themselves, except for a few people, Hexsplit and Sincere Rogue. Sincere Rogue was the one that actually told me about Team Bacons. He said, "Oh, hey, I found this other community, this guild, is what it was originally." And I was like, "Sure, you know what? This is not really doing much." Try to talk to a few people still. I was actually looking for my own small streamers around there. I would just hop on, low played games and find like one of the lowest guys and just be like, all right, let's just watch this guy for 15 minutes. Which worked because that's how I met people like Itchy. Itchy Possum was one of those people that I was just like, oh, hey, you're entertaining. I wanted to let you know I really liked you, that kind of stuff. Let's work together, that kind of thing. But Sincere then got me into Team Bacons, and it was night and day from what we had before at the last place. And there was just support, not only through like hosting or viewing and that kind of stuff, but tips, a lot of positivity. And I think that's the biggest thing to take out of finding a good group, is just the positivity from it. It's insane. There's so many people in there that'll come in and be positive and help you out if you have audio issues, and that's no big deal. Or host, not a big deal. Chat, get to know each other, and now it's grown. I think Captain said there's like over 150 streamers in there now. So now it's like too big to follow everybody or watch everybody. Not everybody has the internet connection you do and can have 20 different streams open at once. But even in the smaller communities, or even just stopping in here and there, you can still feel that positivity. And it's, I don't know, what makes it great.
Like a little family that has grown
rather
big.
Yeah.
Do you have your own little community on Discord?
Not so much. I don't get to be as active as I want, and feel like I'm pretty overloaded with everybody else's Discords. So I can get what I'm looking for in other Discords. I have ideas for like more that I want to do with my Discord, and more that I do with my stream, to have like a, I don't know, not Team Bacon's community, kind of have my own community. But at the same time, it's really easy to just lean back on Team Bacon's community. So, not yet, I guess, would be the final answer.
Have you noticed any changes in, your channel, or when you're streaming? Anything particular that might stand out?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think with just the amount of time, but twofold. I streamed for a long time with like nobody watching. Whatever, I was just playing games, occasionally chatting myself like a madman, and yeah, it was okay. And then I started to have like 1 or 2 regulars, and that would be it. And that would all I have. Like I would stream 4 times, and I would get one of them each time, and but that kind of grew to where I'll say that I feel pretty good on having like 3 or 4 like my followers, but also that positivity from Team Bacons. or I should say, there's like a smaller group within Team Bacon's that I feel close with, and I love, it's always one of them's always on usually, and some of them stop in, and it's always good. It feels good to always be like, oh, I can hop on and I can just kind of catch up with somebody, and I can talk with them about their stream and video games in general, and have that connection over the internet with people all the way across the world, whether it's somewhere in Scandinavia or whether it's instant in Australia. And I don't know, it feels really cool.
What is the most exciting thing, in your opinion, with the live streams?
Whenever chat gets really into something, because they'll either latch onto something in the game or something that just spontaneously happens in chat, and then it just goes crazy off of something like that, something small. We had the Stream Boss War a while ago. The Dust Force community is really strong on different tips or tricks, or like, wow, wouldn't thought of doing it that way because it's not as efficient, but it's really interesting how I would like just try the wrong way for 15 minutes. And then it kind of became like its own mini meme for like a week or two. And that's really exciting whenever that's like it clicks and that happens, and you're like, oh man, and you go to bed that night. Felt really good just from that alone. Everything else is good, but that was like the pinnacle.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing about streaming?
The sense of community. It's different, I guess, maybe just because I'm a little bit on the older side, but to have that thought of having friends through video games only. Not like, oh, I met them in person, then we played games together. But it was, we have this community of people that have never met, but I still end up talking to them like every day, every other day, which is more than like my real life friends, just because it's difficult to meet up and hang out. So it does feel really rewarding whenever that's, what was the one thing? Princess Pretty Kitty and Instant, whenever I got a haircut, noticed my haircut. And I was like, what? That's so weird. Like, if you take a step back out of that, that's so weird. That a guy in Australia watched me enough to be like, you got a haircut, right? And you're like, I don't know. It's something that it's really difficult to explain to somebody that doesn't know Twitch. That's a silly example, but that's what jumps into my head.
It's a good example.
Yeah, or like, Flip. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's his life, but like I know some really good things happen in Instant's life or Itchy's life. You can kind of be like, oh yeah, that was, you get to be part of that, and you get to be happy for them, and it feels good. Yeah.
Is there someone you look up to?
No. So in that, I guess it's not a specific person, but I always try to think about that as, when you come to a crossroad to do a decision, what would the hero of the story do? Again, very much growing up on books and video games, what would the protagonist do? Normally that's, being truthful, trying to do the right thing, supporting. Yeah. So I guess, you know what? Changing the answer. Yes. All of the heroes from all of the stories. There you go. I used to be an RA, residence assistant, community assistant in college. Again, social being. Wife calls me a social butterfly. So one of my favorite things to do, and I actually had like a card game, like a case kind of thing, where it has questions, and I just called it question game. I even have that in my chat. That's a unique bot aspect that I have in my chat is the question game. So I've thought about a lot of these, but
When Commander Roberts asked me the question, like, is there somebody that you look up to? My first response was, yeah, myself. Like, I look up to myself because when I look in the mirror, I look taller.
no, you can spin that. You can spin that and say, you know what, I look up to myself and what I can be. The difference between who I am and what I can be in the future. And I look up to that person for self-aspiration.
Wow, okay.
That was your answer. That's what you said.
Yeah, you just need
just
to
added a
read
few more
between
words
the
in there.
lines.
Yeah.
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 $700.
And 36.
Wow.
Probably like 30 or 40 of those are like duplicates or like remastered versions or so. They don't count. Well, so.
But how have you come to own that many?
Humble Bundle. That's like the end goal for me, like the dream come true. I've made it. I can, you know, that's not partnered, but to get partnered or affiliated with Humble Bundle. Because it pretty much is like, there was a game that I wanted, and it was on my wish list, and it's always been like 20 or 30 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, by the way, here's a bundle with like 8 good games, and the one game that I wanted and had on my wish list was only, you needed to pay like $6. I'm like, okay, so for $9 I get 8 games, one of which I know I'll really like, and the other ones I can kind of just poke around and check and see. And yeah, I definitely not that I do much myself or really any at all, but with game design it's always cool to dig into stuff that's outside of what you would normally play, even if you just play it for a little bit, especially if it's free or comes with a bundle, because then you can kind of dive into and be like, oh man, that's cool, or wow, that really takes away a lot, or this would be cool if they didn't royally screw everything up with this function or something like that.
Yeah. If you could have a theme tune, what would it be?
Wow, I did not think about this one long enough. Theme tune.
Yeah.
Probably have to say, I don't know if you can, I probably wouldn't be able to play it. I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
No problem. Take your time. Elevator music.
I listen to a lot of what people would then call elevator music.
You're not alone. I sometimes listen to jazz or just brass bands playing.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find. Really, it's a lot. It depends on the mood. It really does depend on the mood. Now that I'm going through all. The one that I really go back to all the time, and I couldn't actually remember who it was by, but it's called "Lost in Thought" by Cohen Sound. And that's mainly because a lot of the music that I really like is background music. So it's the music that's still there, and it kind of provokes thought, a feeling, something like that, but it's not specific on anything.
Yeah.
So it lets your mind wander and think and kind of form its own path with the music. So that's a good one.
I think people are going to look this up if they see this.
Yeah, geez, that's actually something I want to add to my Discord, is have kind of like a music talk, because I enjoy, you'll take a song that might just have a title, and kind of how Disney did Fantasia and had a story go along with it because it's meant to be a story. but to then take something that's, oh, what's the term? My wife's the musical one, and she told me. The layered ostinato. Layered ostinato. So it's a little bit on the repeating side, but it like adds and takes away different instruments, or a little bit of depth here and there, different rhythms combining, and making a story out of that. And that's a lot of fun. So that's one of the things I might actually try doing next week. We'll see.
Ooh, okay, that is exciting.
Yeah. Got to be careful with the whole potential, some people getting banned, can't really post copyrighted material. So
that's true.
Got to think about it. Yeah.
What are you scared of and why?
So physically, I would say something along the lines of being buried alive, or drowning out to sea, just like being in the middle of the ocean without being able to see anything. That fear of knowing that death is coming and you're powerless to do anything.
Yeah. But
it's not quick. But more realistically, biggest fear is, and this is actually, drives a whole lot of things in my life, but I really don't like to let people down that depend on me, or that I feel close to. Family, some friends, some of the friends I have, through streaming.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest fear ever would be, and I try not to bring this up or gush about this too much, but I'm gonna have a daughter soon, and I don't even know what I'd do. Like, it's not even thinkable that I would let them down in life with something big or something like letting them down is just a big fear. Don't want to let them down.
Oh, you're so sweet. You're not gonna let her down. I mean, you just painted the nursery purple. Come on.
Yeah. Now the job with that is also don't be a helicopter and let them grow and experience and make mistakes on their own, so that they can have their own process and thoughts and be well developed.
Yeah, and become their own little person.
Yeah. So.
What is the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
That might be, that might be a little too personal with a friend of mine, but so the one good friend of mine that I work with, this is, we'll leave it at that, but good friend of mine that I work with, he created a new Twitch name, didn't say anything in chat, and just subbed to me. And then he was giving me shit about this all the time. He's like, oh man, you didn't know about this person, you didn't know about this person. But it ties in with, for some reason, and I don't know why, thinking about it doesn't make sense, but we love to just give each other the finger. Like we were both on site or at home for a while. So this week we were in the office together more often. It's like the first thing we do whenever I see him coming around the corner, just like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, how do you do? Peace among worlds, That kind of, but now the thing is before people, so like I'm gonna try to get this, and we'll see. I don't know if he'll watch this at all, but I'm gonna try to get another streamer to like know about it, and I'll be like ahead of time, be like, oh hey, watch this streamer, and they'll say something in chat, and like, because Instant will do it, yeah, and just be like, oh hey, so and so. Like, because we got that at work where, I had a friend of mine that joined us at work, and I was like, okay, this guy that's next to me, you'll come up to him. As you say hello, just flick him off. And so we kind of have a bit of a competition on the most creative ways that we can give each other the finger. And it's fun.
Oh, gosh.
And it makes work more lighthearted and fun. Yeah. So, Bobbert, if you're seeing this, there you go.
I'm sorry.
That's a Comrade would totally do it too. Damn. Okay, let me know who the next people you're interviewing. No, I'll try to squeeze that in there when I'll be like, you gotta watch this interview. All right, I'm done. All right, I'm good. All right.
What is the most shocking thing to happen on stream?
I would say be some of the bit donations. That just blows me away. It's still like, even just thinking about it now, it's like part of that amazing community feeling to have other streamers that know like how difficult it is to, make money on stream or do anything like that, and really lay down some not insignificant amount of bits down. And I don't know, it's one of those things that even still, like, I don't have a proper response in my head of like, okay, what do you do? Like, oh my goodness, how do you handle this? Like, holy shit. It'd be like if a friend of yours came up and was like, oh, by the way, I liked how you told that story at that around at the circle. Here's $20. And you're like, what? It's weird. It's not that I don't appreciate it if you're watching, because the agreement is I can't spend any money on Twitch or the stream that I don't make from Twitch and the stream. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's very much of all the money's going back in, and I don't know. It's weird. It's weird in my head.
But what are bits for the people who might not understand and know what that is?
Yeah, so bits is like I see it as a better form of like donations. So rather than something being like, oh, here's $2, and that has to go through PayPal and take funds out through there, and then PayPal can be its own hassle, pain in the butt, whatever. Bits are through Twitch. So lucky for some people in the US, you can watch ads to get some bits. But most of the people, I'd say probably, I don't know, maybe not half, but a third of people that have donated bits have spent money on bits to then shower with bits, make it hail, throw little bits, get little emotes, the cheer motes, and that equates to real dollars for me. That's that last part, that connection is like, yeah, it's Twitch's own Bitcoins, pretty much.
What was the last gift you gave someone?
Earlier today, Itchy won the one the one giveaway that I had, and he just said like, oh, I don't need that game, pretty much. Like, don't need any of those games. Don't worry about it. Just help me out with this thing. Yeah, sure, all right. But I know both him and his wife, Princess Pretty Kitty, would really like the one game that I played on stream that came in a Humble Bundle. So I'm like, you know what? The Humble Bundle, it's really not a lot of money. Let's get it for him. So I don't know if he's seen it yet, but he just got a Humble Bundle that has a really atmospheric, pretty looking game that I know both him and his wife are gonna.
That's a really sweet thing to do.
It's still, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I guess that's what it comes out. Both Team Bacons, both with you, Fosja, with Instant, with Itchy. I never want to seem ungrateful for the support, and yeah, I don't know. I don't want to feel I don't want to seem ungrateful, because I'm very grateful. I want to try to give back as much as I can.
What are your hobbies?
So currently, the hobbies are streaming, which is really the only time I play video games now is when I'm streaming. Reading, listening to audiobooks. Very, very big into fantasy books. Just recently started to get back into Brent Weeks. So Assassin's Apprentice, Magician's Apprentice by... Crap, I can't remember who did that. But the big one is the Wheel of Time series, which is 14 books long, and minus a little bit of slog and like a middle 3 are all really good. And then lately, I think it's my favorite, Brandon Sanderson, who pumps out a new book like every year that is still very in depth and detailed and interesting almost the whole way through. So as much as every time I try to bring it up, nobody really responds with the books and chat, but Brandon Sanderson actually is the reason why I went with Rogue. There's a few main characters in there that have the roguish capabilities that I really like. My wife... all right, so we're not going to... In case anybody decides to read after this, all right? Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson and Kelsier. That's all I'm going to say. All right, we're gonna leave it after that for anybody to experience themselves, because that experience is powerful. But outside of that, I tend to switch up hobbies quite frequently. I'm a basic guitar player. My wife is musical, and I try to get into musical things with her. I can do like the C scale on piano. Very minimal singing. And I'm that guy that's like, oh, I know fucking 6 alt-rock songs from the 90s and some video game tunes. I got the Mario theme song down pat, though. I have picked up weird things like lock picking. A buddy of mine was like, hey, I got a new lockpick set. Do you want this set? And I went, yeah, sure. All right. So I messed around, and I'm also kind of crap at it, but it's fun sometimes. Just, let's just pick up, and while I'm watching a stream, just be like, we're going to try to pick this lock. A little bit of coding here and there. Again, all in that like very beginner level, but enough to just know what it's about. What else? Trying to get back into running. Anybody in the US will know about the Tough Mudder. Done it for 3 years, not in a row, but a huge, like 10 to 12 mile obstacle course. That's a ton of fun and very much about the community and the teamwork, and it's just fun. So all kinds of stuff, but trying to stay focused on 1 or 2 right.
Cool. You should come to Iceland when we have the gung ho.
Yeah, I didn't do it last year because while I have been focused and actually doing a good job of trying to be involved and stay focused on streaming, and keeping up with reading, try to get at least a book a month. I have kind of dropped like most of working out, running, a lot of fitness. I just kind of haven't done. I really need to get back into, because I'm signed up, but yeah. So.
If you could have any job in the world, what job would that be?
I don't know. I don't think professional student would be the best. Always try new things and learn new things, but that's not sustainable. So it would be more along the lines of, I have enough to worry about bills and retirement and that kind of stuff, so I can just learn, go back to school or do trade or one of the things on my to try list is be like, oh, you know what? Let's try a blacksmithing class. Why not? It could be fun, you know. But realistically, I'm actually pretty happy with the career path I'm on because it is open to change. The biggest thing that I'd be worried of is I don't want code monkey. I don't want to just be sitting and coding behind a computer for, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I need human interaction. I need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't want to get stagnant. I don't want to get to a job that even if it's like, oh, this job pays well or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not even close to thinking about like, all right, what job do I want to retire with? Where will be that? You know what? I'm happy here.
Yeah.
So.
Has anyone recognized you from your channel when you have been out and about?
Nobody that hasn't heard about the stream from me. Coworkers really, and the one good friend. Most of my friends and family don't watch Twitch. Pretty much none of my family watch or plays video games. Yeah, so no, not anybody that has been told by me, hey, the people that you've seen in my streams whenever I get to have events, I have people over and we try to stream with them now.
Yeah, like Overcooked.
Like Overcooked, yeah, that's a good one. And what's the other one? Jackbox party games are fun.
Yeah.
But that's it. Yeah, nothing outside of that.
Do you have any advice or suggestions to a person that is considering trying to stream with Twitch for the first time?
Yeah, 2 things. Expect to have 0 viewers and still be entertaining. That's the biggest thing that whenever I was looking online and that kind of stuff that really stuck and resonated is you got to be having fun on your own right. And as much as it still happens, I'll still stream to an empty room, and you still have to make that fun because you can't, as much as I would like to, you can't rely on chat to be your source of entertainment in your stream or your YouTube. You need to be providing the base interest, even to an empty room. The other thing would be find a community. I know Team Bacon's is pretty open. Even if you just have one person that you can talk to, finding out new stuff. I know there's dozens of bots out there, so it's even like, oh, this bot, that bot. But it's a lot better to have somebody going through it with you, somebody that streams, whether they're big, small, whatever, doesn't matter. Somebody else that streams or does YouTube that you can talk with, learn with, somebody that'll let you know, constructive criticism. Hey, by the way, you know that your mic's been off for the past 15 minutes. Oh, shit. Well, thanks for letting me know, because if anybody would have hopped on, they would have just been like, there's no audio here. Leave. So, a buddy. That's it.
A friendly buddy to have along.
Buddy. Or group. There's Team Bacon's is a great example, but there's other stuff out there. Keep looking.
Do you have something planned for the future, or for the next couple of weeks, or something that you would like to share or tell the people who are watching and listening?
Streaming or life? In a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have my first kid. That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, it is. And
a couple of weeks coming up here. But for the streaming for Rogue, for Rogue, not for first is this Sunday, not that but got a competition. I love friendly competitions. I used to hate competitiveness whenever I was little, and something clicked. And as long as it's friendly, as long as it's there's no real like anger or hate or anything between the two. Friendly competition. I love it. So another streamer, part of the small group that I really like, Scrub the Dubs, as I call we got friendly competition on. He challenged me to what ended up being like one of my favorite games this year, Cuphead. And he's I don't know how much I'm practicing, but I think he's got his work cut out for him. Other than that, definitely trying to do more things with the music stuff on the Discord, trying to get the YouTube up, going some more. I have, and I don't want this to be a main focus, but one of the ways that I feel like I can give back to the community that hang around, that'll chat and talk and keep me entertained while I'm entertaining myself and others with gaming, and that's giveaways. I plan on trying to have a more regular giveaway schedule to give back to those that support me. 3 things, yeah. 4, YouTube. Did I say YouTube? I feel like I said YouTube, but yeah.
You did.
Discord, more with the community, more with YouTube, and some giveaways. There we go. Sum up, bullet point. And don't want to forget, this isn't soon. This isn't going to be in weeks, but this is one of those like, ooh, this is a hobby that I can get back into and have somebody as a buddy. Me and Hex, probably mostly Hex, are going to be working on a custom bot. And I have so many good ideas to tie in. My emotes are D20s, all right? So we can have adventures. We can have I have custom commands related to die and dice rolling and dueling. So to have a bot that can have like you can have like adventures through a bot and potentially have like permanent characters. That's a long way away though, but I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. Can you sing something for us?
We're gonna do about maybe the first 30 seconds of one song, and we'll see if anybody knows this song.
Okay.
Way back when I was a little bitty boy living in a box with stairs in the corner of the basement, half a block down the street from Jerry's bait shop, you know the place. Well, everything was going well, and life was just peachy. Except, of course, for the undeniable fact that my mother, my dear sweet mother, she would feed me a big old bowl of sauerkraut for breakfast. Oh, big bowl of sauerkraut every single morning. It was driving me crazy. And we'll leave it at that. That was more of a, let's see if anybody's old enough to know that. It's not that it's super old, but it's a little niche. But it's about an 11-minute song that I've memorized in my childhood.
It was a really good one. I have no idea what song that was.
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody will. It's actually by a pretty popular, well-known artist, but yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully
Tidbit.
somebody can find it and post
Yeah.
it down.
Bonus gems in my stream to anybody that guesses properly, despite however out of tune that was.
And you heard him as well with the books. You should read.
Yes. Yeah. If anybody wants to talk about books or is interested in fantasy or just a good story, because as much as I love video games and that video games allow you to interact and be part of a story, there is definitely something going through the mind and the world of a writer as they have a story to tell, and you can use your imagination. And for me, I get very, very into all, mainly I'd say not all, but most books and games. That's why I can't play horror games, because I get very, very involved and very into the character that I am or the person that I'm reading about.
Oh my.
And, yeah.
But I wish to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and allowing me to interview you, because I know you've been busy. You've been painting the bedroom, the nursery, and everything with work. Oh, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's big. I'm excited. I can't wait but also thank you, because I know you are. I think you're very well known within the Team Bacon's community of how much effort you put into spreading that positivity
Oh, thank you.
in people's channels, and this has been a little bit out of the comfort zone, but that's good. Um, Enjoyable.
But I will leave a link in the description below to his Twitch channel so you can check it out. Well, I wish to thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I look forward to more interviews, other people's interviews, so that I can see how nervous I am compared to them.
You don't seem nervous at all.
Social butterfly. But yeah, no, I'm nervous as hell. Can't see me twitching.
Kind of do because of your microphone.
Oh shit. Okay, well then. No, posture check. We're good. Bye, everybody. Oh. Comrade has been another one that's been way more supportive than that. That's somebody that I don't even know. I don't even know how to give back as much support as he can give me, or has given me. And I'm gonna shout out to Comrade here, Commander Roberts 94. He's been somebody that I don't know, really been positive, really been there for somebody that I don't know in real life. He's just been a swell guy.
It seems like you guys are really close. Every single one of you in Team Bacon's, and everybody's been so supportive of one another.
Yeah, it's different. It's a different new experience that only started, what, 2 months ago? 3 months ago? I don't even know. I don't even know how long ago it was. But it's definitely like, oh, if I'm getting up in the morning, I'll put Instance on, like he is every day for the past 2 months.
Yeah, which is really fun because he can keep me company while I work.
Yeah. Itchy is also a frequent streamer. Comrob is probably, out of everybody that I watch, one of the best, first-person shooter, third-person shooters guys. There's a lot. There's a lot of good people out there. So, yeah. Comrob, I don't know. There'd be a long list of shout-outs. Comrob, Itchy, Hexsplit, Itchy Possum, Hexsplit, Jade Vala. Jeez, who else? GT. Sorry, it's no longer GT Dubs. It's now Scrub the Dub. This is the thing. I'm gonna feel bad because there's so many people. I know I'm gonna miss some. Sincere Kill. Jeez. But it's crazy to think that there wouldn't be a day if I wanted to talk to somebody from that group. I'd just hop on. Somebody's gonna be on. That's cool.
I actually just noticed with my dyslexia, I jumped over one question.
Also, I know this is probably, I don't even know, into the interview, but should I look at the camera? Or...
It kind of depends. Some people don't feel comfortable with looking into the camera. Other people would like to look to the side.